Rangers are stepping into a critical phase of transformation under their new gaffer, Russell Martin. And with the summer transfer window now in full swing, their attention has swiftly shifted to how the squad is set to evolve in the coming weeks. The ambition is clear: to close the gap to Celtic and put together a squad capable of mounting a genuine challenge for the Scottish Premiership title. And make no mistake, recruitment is going to be absolutely vital in laying the foundations for success, not just this season, but for the long haul. But what's raising eyebrows across the fan base and beyond is the early indication that Rangers might be thinking a wee bit differently this time around. They might just be ready to take a few calculated risks in pursuit of quality. Behind the scenes, names are being thrown around as always, but one in particular has caught fire, sparking heated debates from pubs in Govan to pundits across the airwaves. It's a name with proper pedigree, bags of experience, and a glittering international CV. No deal's been done, no contract signed, but the mere rumor of this lad being linked with a move to Ibrox has got supporters dreaming. It's the kind of name that hints not just at ambition, but at a bold new direction for the club's transfer policy. And if the whispers are true, it could be one of the most intriguing moves of the summer. A recent revelation from someone connected in the footballing world has only fueled the fire, suggesting that Rangers are looking well beyond the usual suspects as they comb through the free agent market. This isn't just about plugging gaps or adding depth, it's about lifting the entire level of the squad. The message seems to be, if the right player is out there and the circumstances line up, then Rangers are ready to act. Even if it means rolling the dice. And let's be honest, that's what it might take to reclaim the top spot in Scottish football. Celtic have set the bar high in recent years, and it's going to take more than just steady signings to catch them. It's going to take bold moves, fresh ideas, and players who can come in and immediately raise the standards. That's the kind of energy Russell Martin seems to be bringing to the job, and it's what the supporters have been desperate for. Now, amid all this talk of transfers and rebuilding, a familiar voice has weighed in with some powerful words. Stewart. Dallas, a man who knows all about what it takes to play at the highest level, has been speaking about what lies ahead for Rangers. Dallas spent nearly a decade at Leeds United and played over 260 games for the club. He's a lifelong Rangers supporter, and in recent conversations, he's spoken passionately about what success at Ibrox really means. He revealed that he told Parag Marathe, now vice chairman at Rangers following the club's recent ownership changes, that if he gets it right at Rangers, he'll never experience anything like it. Coming from someone who's seen the intensity of English football up close, that's saying something. Dallas knows that while Leeds is a massive club, the pressure and expectation in Glasgow is on another level entirely. He's been in regular contact with Marathe, especially towards the end of last season when the takeover was beginning to gather steam. And it's clear he's excited about the new era that's beginning to take shape at Ibrox. Dallas didn't pull any punches either. He said flat out that second place isn't good enough in Scotland, and he's spot on. For Rangers, trophies aren't a bonus, they're a necessity. He spoke about the need to not just compete in Europe, but to dominate domestically. That means winning the league, lifting cups, and doing it all with a squad that's strong from top to bottom. Not just a solid starting 11, but a bench full of players who can come in and make a difference. That brings us right back to the summer rebuild. The pressure is on the board and the recruitment team to deliver players who can make an instant impact. There's no patience for long-term projects or players who need time to adapt. The fans want success and they want it now. That's the reality of managing a club like Rangers, and that's why some of the names being mentioned this summer are so interesting. The biggest bombshell of all might just be the links to Christian Eriksen. A report this week suggests that Rangers are seriously considering a move for the Danish international who looks set to leave Manchester United. Now, let's take a moment to think about what that means. Eriksen is a player with Champions League experience, a former star at Ajax, Tottenham, and Inter Milan, and someone who's pulled the strings for Denmark on the international stage. He's 33 now, and clearly not the dynamic engine he once was, but there's no denying the class he brings to any midfield. The rumors were sparked by Mick Brown, a former scout with deep connections across the top levels of a game, who claimed that Eriksen is firmly on Rangers' radar. According to Brown, Martin is looking for experienced high-quality players who can guide the younger lads and set the tempo in big matches. And Eriksen, despite his age, ticks a lot of those boxes. Of course there are concerns. Eriksen's mobility isn't what it used to be, and his wages are likely on the high side. Rangers would have to get creative if they wanted to make a deal happen. But Brown insists it's being seriously considered. He believes that with the right system and the right players around him, Eriksen could thrive in the Scottish game, not as a box-to-box midfielder, but as a deep-lying playmaker. Someone to keep the ball moving, control the tempo, and feed the runners. Brown also stressed that this kind of move is exactly what Rangers need to be looking at this summer. He said there's real quality in the free agent market if you know where to look. And while Eriksen might not be a long-term solution, he could be the sort of short-term catalyst who helps shift the mentality and raise the technical level of the team. For now, it's all speculation. But the fact that Rangers are even entertaining, the idea tells you everything you need to know about where the club sees itself heading. This isn't just a rebuild, it's a reinvention. And with a new manager, fresh ownership influence, and a fan base hungry for silverware, the stakes couldn't be higher. If the club can find the right balance between ambition and realism, between risk and reward, this could be the summer that changes everything. And make no mistake, there's more to come. Steven Davis, a name etched in Rangers history, has also found himself back in the conversation recently. Now part of Northern Ireland's coaching staff under Michael O'Neill Davis, has made no secret of his long-term dream. One day managing Rangers. It's the kind of ambition that speaks volumes about what the club means to him. After a decorated playing career that saw him become one of the most consistent midfielders to ever pull on the blue shirt, Davis now stands at the beginning of a new journey, this time on the touchline. Back in 2023, after the departure of Michael Bill Davis, had a brief stint as interim boss. It was a whirlwind spell, just a couple of games, but it offered him a glimpse of what life could be like in the hot seat. Unfortunately, his time was cut short when the club appointed Philippe Clement and Davis quietly exited the scene. What made it all the more bittersweet was the fact that Davis never got the proper send-off he deserved as a player. A career-ending ACL injury suffered in December of 2020. Too many faded out of the squad without that final ovation from the Ibrox faithful, despite that his bond with the club has never wavered. In a recent interview, Davis made it clear he still sees himself returning to Ibrox one day, and not just as a supporter or pundit. He wants to be the man leading the team, calling the shots, and carrying the weight of expectation that comes with managing a club like Rangers. For him, that's the ultimate dream, and when he says it, you believe him. This isn't just a soundbite for the cameras. It's a goal he's quietly working towards step by step. He spoke candidly about the speculation that linked him with a return to the club recently, particularly with the rumors that he might join Steven Gerrard's backroom staff if Gerrard were to come back as manager. But Davis was quick to clarify. There was never any real contact. It was all just part of the rumor mill, which tends to spin a bit faster when Rangers are involved. Still, the buzz around his name shows how highly regarded he still is among the fan base. Davis is currently immersed in his coaching development, working with Northern Ireland and progressing through his badges. It's the classic route taken by so many great players who transition into management. He's taking it seriously, learning the ropes, building experience, and biding his time. And while he admits that nothing is guaranteed in football, he holds on to the belief that one day the opportunity will come. The door to Ibrox in his eyes is never fully closed. Reflecting on his career, Davis talks about how his ambition as a kid was simply to make one appearance for Rangers. That dream turned into a journey far bigger than he could have imagined, with over 300 appearances and countless memories made. It's that kind of connection, deep emotional and personal, that makes his future aspirations feel all the more authentic. He's not chasing the job for prestige. He wants it because he loves the club. And maybe, just maybe, in the not-so-distant future, Rangers will turn to one of their own again. Someone who knows what it means to wear the badge. Someone who understands the standards, the culture, and the expectations from the inside out. But until then, the focus remains on Russell Martin and the current rebuild taking shape. There's no doubt that this summer marks a defining period for Rangers. The moves made in the coming weeks could determine the direction of the club for years to come, whether it's pursuing ambitious signings like Christian Eriksen backing Young managerial talent like Martin, or keeping an eye on the next generation of coaching prospects like Davis Rangers, find themselves at a crossroads. One path leads to stagnation, the other to resurgence. And if recent developments are any indication, the club appears ready to take bold steps forward. That means trusting the new regime, giving Martin the tools he needs to build a team in his image, and perhaps most importantly, thinking big. Because in Glasgow, thinking small never gets you anywhere. The fans know it, the players know it, and now more than ever, the board must show they know it too. With the transfer window wide open, and supporters watching every move, Rangers have the chance to set the tone for a new era. It's not just about beating Celtic. It's about restoring pride, imposing a new identity, and reminding everyone exactly what Rangers Football Club stands for. The story is still being written, but one thing's for sure. It's going to be a summer to remember. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. There's a bit of a buzz making its way around Ibrox and beyond, as whispers grow louder that RIDVAN YILMAZ could be plotting a return to Rangers. Nothing official, mind, but the rumor mill is churning with talk that the Turkish left-back, who departed the Light Blues not too long ago, might be eyeing a fresh spell in Glasgow. It's no secret that YILMAZ's time in Rangers had its highs and lows. Signed with high hopes and no shortage of potential, he showed flashes of brilliance down that left flank. His attacking flair and tidy footwork gave supporters plenty to get excited about, even if consistency and injuries sometimes got in the way. But when he was on it, you could see why the club brought him in. After his departure, many thought that was the last we'd see of YILMAZ in a Rangers shirt. But as is often the case in football, nothing's ever truly off the table. Recent reports, unconfirmed but persistent, suggest talks may be quietly underway behind closed doors. There's speculation that the player himself is open to the idea, perhaps feeling there's unfinished business at Ibrox, or that he still has something to prove in the Scottish Premiership. Sources close to the situation have hinted that the club's current needs at left-back could be driving this interest. With the squad in flux and a new season looming, a player already familiar with the team's expectations and the pressures of Glasgow could fit the bill. And YILMAZ, for all the questions around his consistency, knows what it means to wear the blue shirt. For now, it's just talk. A murmur in the background, the kind of thing supporters debate in the pub or scroll past on forums. But as we all know, where there's smoke, there's often fire. Don't be surprised if RIDVAN YILMAZ's name pops up again soon in more official circles. Until then, it remains a tantalizing possibility for the Rangers faithful to chew on. Greetings. Fans, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.